What is up, everybody? King of Kicks here. Today, we're going to be looking at what's over and underrated in the sneaker community. Let's do it.
Four Phils, Zay King, yeah. I got kicks for the low, and I got kicks for the high, yeah. I got kicks for the chicks, and I got kicks for the guys, yeah.
So first up, we've got the Air Jordan 1. Now, do I think it's over or underrated? I think it's overrated, but I'm gonna go a little deeper than that. So the Air Jordan 1 has always been a silhouette that many people did rock, but recently it has just been blown up. It's gone crazy. They're releasing a new colorway every single weekend, and for some reason, they're still reselling for $400 or $500. Look at the Mochas, look at the University Blues that just came out. And do I think that this is a good thing? Well, I know I didn't personally wear Jordan 1s before the Jordan 1 hype, and now I do. And so I think what has happened is the Jordan 1 hype has created a little bit of a deeper dive into the shoe. It's made people who didn't like it before like it now, because they realized, hey, let me give it a try. People didn't like it then, but they do now, and let me see how it goes for me. And everyone does like it because it is such a versatile shoe, kind of like the Air Force 1. Do I think that they should continue the way they're releasing these Jordan 1s? Absolutely not. I wish they would stop releasing colorways because it's getting a little drawn out. I feel like we've got everything we need. We've got Royals, Pine Green 2.0s, Shatter Backboard, all the way to a 4.0 now is about to come out. They're releasing some cool stuff, but I would rather see this like once every 2 months or something instead of just boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Maybe get 6 a year and really do them well and make them good quality, but we're just getting a bunch of trash releases now, and I personally don't like a lot of them. I think there are some good colorways coming out, but they're just gonna flood the market and no one's gonna be able to rock them anymore. They're gonna go to shit and they're not gonna be good for resale. Nobody's gonna wanna rock them. The same thing is gonna happen to our number 2 spot on over or underrated, the Dunk. I personally think the Dunk is overrated, way up top, overrated. I think it's a classic looking shoe. It is a classic shoe. It looks good on a lot of people and you could rock it well. I think the Nike Dunk is overrated. Here's what I don't think is overrated. I think the Nike SB Dunk is underrated. You've seen a lot of these colorways kind of like this that are getting a lot of traction, a lot of resale. People like them. This is the version of the Dunk that is really going crazy and a lot of people want, just the Nike Dunk. Here's what I think. I think that's overrated. I think it's just like the Jordan 1. It's a plain silhouette. It looks good and it looks good with a lot of colors on it, but it's not it. You know what I mean? For all the hype it's getting, what I think is super hype and should be way more rated, it's super underrated, is the SB Dunk. And here's why. If you go back and you look, there are tons of creative and crazy colorways and collabs and ideas that went into the Nike SB Dunk high, you know, the mid, the low, all of them. They're so fire. Once I started getting into buying those a while back, I kind of had a phase where I got a lot of those. There's just so many that are so cool. I think with the fat tongue, I really like that a lot. The materials are always better on the SB Dunk Low than the Nike Dunk Low. It's just like they're just using leather. It's like I want more than that. The Dunk SB that used to come out a long time ago that they used to release a ton of that nobody paid attention to had the coolest collabs, the coolest colorways. I personally think the SB Dunk is underrated, but I think the Nike Dunk is overrated. Number 2. This is kind of something, I just said number 2. Number 3, this is something that kind of is sneaker related somewhat. A lot of rappers, a lot of sneakerheads like this, and that is DRAGONBALLZ. Is DRAGONBALLZ overrated or underrated? Personally, I think it's underrated. Now, a lot of people like it, a lot of people love it, but a lot of people don't. And I think that when something is overrated, it means it's given more value than it gives. And I personally think DRAGONBALLZ is the shit. It gives the best quality. I don't watch any other anime, so I can't speak to anime. I don't know about anime. I watch Dragon Ball Z. I grew up on Dragon Ball Z. I think personally, I want more Dragon Ball Z. I want more Dragon Ball Super, and I want rappers to keep talking about it in their songs. And I want another collab. Adidas did the Dragon Ball Z collab, came out with the Frieza colorway, the Cell colorway, the Goku colorway, the Vegeta colorway, and I believe the Majin Buu colorway. Those were so fire, but I want something more. They were super limited, hard to get, and super expensive. I want another collab. I think that's what we need next. Coming in at number 4, we've got KAWS. Now, KAWS, in my opinion, is overrated. I think that it's a little silly. I think they're cool. I think it's cool. The collabs were neat. the dolls and the clothes, it's a little silly to me. I mean, it kind of looks stupid. I think if it wasn't KAWS, no one would be wearing it. And I think that's how you have to look at a lot of sneakers. Like, if this sneaker wasn't hype, here's what I try to do. I imagine there's a girl walking by. She has no idea what sneakers are, what the hype is, what's going for what, and she looks down at my feet and my outfit. What's she gonna think about this? And that's kind of how I think about KAWS. Like, yeah, it's hype or whatever, but what are you really wearing on your shirt right now, bro? Number 5, Off-White. So, Off-White, when they released the 10 collection, dope, I liked it. Then a few things they did after that, dope, I liked it. The Jordan 1s that they did, super dope. Air Max 90s, fire. The white Off-White Presto is the best Off-White shoe to ever release, in my opinion. Then, they started coming out with these trash rubber dunks. They started coming out with all the trash clothes that they do, and now they're about to release a ton of these SB, or not SB dunks, just normal dunks that are all similar colorways and look stupid. And I personally think that Off-White's getting a little too much hype. I think that the clothes are crap. I think that their normal line of clothes and shoes without being collabed are crap. And I think back in the OG days, a couple years ago when they first started releasing like the 10 collection, they were perfectly rated where they were at. The hype was deserved. The shoes were nice. They were cool. The collabs were great. The drops were dope. I personally don't think that Off-White has kept up to its standard. Just like anything else, it's Nike just pumping it out there, releasing. And I personally wish they would take a step back and go a little bit slower. So I'm going to say Off-White, overrated. Number 6, Supreme. So I used to like Supreme a lot. I liked it a lot back when I was in high school. I was in 9th grade, 10th grade. I was buying Supreme, and it was cool for me because it was like my first entry into the hype world. But it seems like now, as far as when I was buying stuff, there's just, the quality isn't there as much as it used to be. The collabs are not as cool. I mean, you got to think back. When I was in 9th grade, we got the Supreme 5s. You know, like that I have it actually sitting right here to prop my camera up. The Supreme 5s, the camo pair, the white pair. Think about the Supreme foam posits. Think about just like all the OG Supreme stuff that used to come out that was so dope. Like, I say OG, I mean just a few years ago. Like, really, it's been like 6 years now. The foam posits, the 5s, everything was so, the dunks. Now, I will say this, we did just get a Supreme dunk with really dope looking leather on it, the stars all over it. Those were nice. Those were deserved the hype. Those were super dope. But Supreme in general, it was just bought out by Vans in 2020. And I'm not sure what direction they plan on taking it in the future, but I know currently Supreme, in my opinion, is overrated. Number 7, Travis Scott. Now, do I like Travis Scott? I freaking love Travis Scott. Do I like his music? Absolutely. Do I think he is a cool, creative guy? Absolutely. Did the Travis Scott 1s, the Travis Scott Air Forces, the Travis Scott Dunks, were those all super dope? Absolutely. I think the Travis Scott 1s deserves all the hype they can get, as well as the Air Forces. He was one of the first guys to utilize the Velcro swooshes after the whole Nike swoosh thing came out, where you could wrap the whole swoosh around it. I super love Velcro, and I love that he did that. The Dunks are super cool, as well as the 6s. I'm a big fan of the Travis Scott 6s, but with the Travis Scott merch, there's so much of it. It's being flooded everywhere. It seems like he's attached, like those Air Maxes, what was it, the 270s? Those were kind of trash. I do think his music's super dope though, and I really like Travis Scott. So I'm gonna give this one a rated. He is rated right where he should be. I think the hype is deserved. I don't think he's overrated, and I do not think he's underrated. I think he's right where he's at, but if we don't see something dope soon, I think he might start to become a bit overrated. Number 8, Kanye West. Now, for a long time, I actually thought Kanye West was the best. To me, he was like my hero. When I looked at Kanye West, I saw a champion. I saw somebody who was like a creative genius. I'm not sure if that's because he really is, or if it's because he pumped that into my brain when he would say it so much, but that's who I thought Kanye West was. I thought the merch he made was so cool, the ideas he made, the way he just disrupted industries and really killed it. And then left Nike, went to Adidas, made a huge jump. I think for a while, he was rated underrated. Then I think we got to this point right after the Life of Pablo album came out. We got all this merch, St. Pablo Loves You. Then he started killing Yeezys and releasing all these colorways. And I think for a while, he was overrated. I think Yeezys were trash for a while. It's still going downhill kind of with the resale value. I think he's got some great ideas coming up though with those clog runners. I think he's got great ideas with the new way he's gonna be doing the 350 V2s with like the designs inside the mesh, changing it up. I like that. And I love the Gap deal that he just made, and I'm waiting for the next album. Nothing against gospel albums, but I'm kind of hoping we get an OG Kanye rap album again because it's been long overdue. So I'm gonna give Kanye West in this one. Currently where he's at, I think he's rated fine. Hopefully in the future, he can bring that back up a little bit though. And last but not least, number 9, the Jordan 11. Now, if you would have asked me 6 years ago what the Jordan 11 was, that shoe was hype. That shoe was the best. And it was one of the most iconic sneakers in my opinion. If you would have asked me what the best shoe was when I first started, I would have said the Concord 11. But ever since then, ever since we got a retro of the Concord 11, then we got the Bred 11s, then we got all those Win Likes. I'm not sure if that was before or after, but it seems like prom night, cap and gown, whatever you want to call them, it seems like, just like the Jordan 1s, the Jordan 11 was kind of drawn out. It's kind of overdone. Nike releases a ton of them every year now on Christmas. You get this, you know what I mean? Like the Jubilees that just came out, Nike made $175 million off that release. Tons of pairs flooding it, and I really wish the Jordan 11 could have stayed as a sought-after, lovable, classic sneaker that I personally don't feel like it is anymore. I feel like kinda that the Jordan 3 has taken that. You know, we don't get a ton of really good Jordan 3s anymore. Jordan 4s as well. I feel like those two shoes are kind of what now is looked at as like a classic. Now, instead of the Jordan 11 looking at it as a classic, it's just more like a shoe that you see every day. And so I think the Jordan 11s right now are overrated. I think we don't get good enough colorways. I think they're releasing too many of them, and they're not looked at as a classic shoe as they should be. All right, guys, thank you for checking out Over or Underrated in the sneaker industry. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to be pumping out tons of content. As usual, follow me on Instagram at kingofkicks_shop. And if you're ever looking for the best deals on the best sneakers around, go to shopkingofkicks.com. Thank you, guys.